Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this. My name is Dome. Dome Abie Dome is a short form because people are comfortable calling me Dome. So, well, that's my name. Hmm. So today we're talking about opportunities in tech. First of all, I want to appreciate Bora Wale, Mr. Wale Obayanji, for giving this opportunity. Great opportunity. I've been wanting to talk about this subject for a long time. I'm even preparing um, a webinar, or rather a get together in a month's time to trash this subject about the opportunities in tech because there are several opportunities in tech. If you know you're looking for, tech has given us, it has opened a lot of doors, it has opened a lot of opportunities, it has leveled the playing field. So, yeah, so it's a large concept, or rather, it's a wide topic that a lot to talk about, but I'm going to streamline this into four sections. One, what is tech? Let's also trash out the issue of the um, question of what tech is. Let's not assume. I don't assume that everybody knows what tech is, and decide. You may all have a twisted or a partial knowledge of tech, what it actually is. Yeah. Then I'm going to talk about the benefit of tech. We all know some of us know the benefits, of course, we are not too sure about the benefits. There are several benefits at hand. Then I'm talking about the opportunities in the tech space. And then there is opportunities to apply tech in our careers, in our industries, what have you. Then lastly, how to stay relevant or how to become or stay relevant in tech. Yeah. So let's dive in. One, the opportunities. Sorry, what is tech? Um, if this was an interactive session, I would have asked, like to get opinions. Let me know what's your mind, what's your idea of tech is, so I know how to cascade or to drive home my point. But then again, it's fine. It's not interactive. I cannot be there with you, or it's not a live session. We manage what you have. Good. So what is tech? I think I will just share what other people because I asked. I think to ask. Let me just ask around. Let me know what people are thinking what tech is. And someone said tech is technology. And technology is someone said technology is the science of things, or what I gave me one textbook definition from secondary school or university days. I'm like, whoa. Then online, someone said tech is a tool a company or individual use. Sorry, let me slow down. I'm coming too fast. Tech is a tool a company or individual uses to innovate. That was someone gave me online. But after reviewing the several, I don't want to go to the several definitions I got from people. I came up with this definition, or rather, I I not emulated. Yes, I decided to go with this definition of tech. Tech is a system of practical knowledge or problem solving skills to create tools instead of products, solutions, or skills. Yeah. So tech is a set of it's a thought process. Let me put it that way. It's a thought process. That's what tech is. So I'm bringing it down to this base because a lot of people have the mindset that tech. More non-tech people will say that your phone is tech. Yes, it's tech, but it is not tech. I hope I'm not confusing guys. Your phone is a product of technology. It is not the technology. The technology is not the IC in the phone. Mm-mm. The technology is the thought process, is the practical knowledge that is the technology. So we can say that everything we have today in tech is a product of tech. Yes, everything we have today, gadgets, phone, softwares, platforms, they are all products of technology, and they would happen if the basic knowledge, practical knowledge wasn't there. So that's tech. Why I'm bringing it down this way so that you can understand that tech is not the jobs you see. You can see that tech can be used. It's a knowledge that you can get and apply to your field, to your career, to industries, and it will produce the result it's producing for others. Yeah. I'm bringing this definition I'm bringing this definition in this I'm taking the definition in this direction so we can see that anybody can be technical if you apply the knowledge. Simple. Get the knowledge, apply the knowledge, you can be technical. So it's not a calling for some people. No. So I said before that this topic, I'm passionate about this topic because I found out that a lot of people think tech people are special or are different. I know he's guy is in tech. He's in tech world. No, no, no. Anybody can be in tech. Anybody can use tech. You get. And some tech savvy people, some techies are making this look like a kind of mirage. I mean, a kind of difficult thing to come into. No, it's not that. It's just that some areas of tech you need more. You need to spend more time and get more knowledge to actually be in those areas. But it doesn't mean that you cannot apply tech. There are several areas in tech that don't need the coding experience or the programming abilities that people have. So please don't. I want to make it. I want to make sure that you can see the door as open as possible, and you can see the opportunities as bare as it is, and apply them and use them and get them and what have you. Yeah. So that is my definition of tech: a practical knowledge, problem solving skills, or mindset or mentality. So that's idea of tech being a product or a career or a space. It's still a space, but the basic idea of tech is the practical knowledge. You have it and it creates solutions for you. And yeah, yeah. So tech can be expressed as an industry, as skills, as careers and all. It's those are the practical knowledge of tech being expressed in several forms and what have you. Yeah. So again, tech is still a tool a company or individual use to innovate. Why tech can be related to innovation is because tech in itself has been able to the thinking, the practical knowledge is very potent and is able to create solutions that are very efficient and less time consuming. They are very, very, very efficient. So it's innovation. Innovation, it means that you are bringing something that is better than the previous. It's a new idea that disrupts, that is better than what existed, that produces more results, that gives more satisfaction, that makes things like better. That is it. Yeah. So now we've handled what tech is. Now let's go into um, the benefit of technology. Yeah. So let's just flame through what the benefits are provided so that you can see where the opportunities are coming from. This is why we have opportunities in tech. Tech has provided a faster and more efficient way of solving problems. Well, like that. Problems today are solved faster and more efficiently today because of technology. You will take 5 years, or you will take 2 days or a week to send letters normally to communicate with people. But now you chat on WhatsApp and someone will see the message immediately. Send a mail, send a file as much as 7 gig in between in minutes to your recipients. It's an efficient way of solving problem. Less time consuming. You don't spend a lot of money to do that. This has covered this. Come on. So that's one. Secondly, tech has broken the time distance barrier. Example, the chat again. You can chat with somebody in seconds instead of sending letters or sending mails. You can be working here in Nigeria, where for a company in Asia or a company in US, in Canada, and you are attending meetings as if you are physically there. That is the distance barrier that's been broken by technology. Improved and advanced security. Yeah, tech has improved security a great deal. Although there have been security lapses because of technology, but tech has done a great job in improving security of nations, security of companies, security of conglomerates, even your personal security. You are using an antivirus in your system. Your phone cannot be locked if you're using your fingerprint or your eye or your face recognition. These are security development that tech has provided. Then tech has provided a way of accessing information easily. So, see, this is the beginning. Basically, this is the beginning. Accessing information from anywhere in the world has been provided, that has been set up by technology. Today, you can access the internet and find solutions or research documents to your term paper, to your assignments, to whatever. You want to learn something new, it's on YouTube. Today, information is is so free and rampant that you cannot nobody can tell me that I can't learn this or I'm looking for even information that paid for online, you can get them free anywhere online. So tech has provided that opportunity. The World Wide Web has given access. Everyone has access. Nobody is limited. We all have access. So that's why when people are telling me that, oh, I don't know how to get this done, I don't know. The problem is not the information. The problem is that you don't know where to go to, or you don't have that um, habits of searching. It is available. There was a time when knowledge was power. Today, it's still knowledge is still power, but in the sense that getting knowledge was difficult. You could not, it wasn't everywhere. You can't before the World Wide Web. You can't just go to you go to libraries. You get documents from your lecturers. You have to go and look for the someone has to travel abroad to bring some textbook or paper or whatever. And so it was limited, but now it's everywhere. I can get the opinion of a professor in Cambridge at any time. In fact, there was time. So my brother wants to do master's program and everything. He wanted to do an online master's and all. And he paid for it and abandoned it because he found out that whatever they want to teach you, that you could get them online. There was a time we're searching and we found Stanford, the curriculum for Stanford master's program and their documents online, found online. Everything was there looking at us. And the funny thing is like how do you get it? It's very easy. A student was given that stuff and can just put it in a repository online and you have access to it. The issue is this: many people don't have the discipline to go through a curriculum they set for themselves. So you have to go through school. School gives that discipline. School is important. And after school, you should have had that discipline or you should have built that self-discipline to go through whatever curriculum you want to go through. So if your curriculum is provided for you today now, and or you found a course online, a course, not like a course you have to go through on a platform, you found the course material. The issue is, can you go through that course material in a shorter period or a shorter time than what was stipulated? That is discipline. Many people don't have that. That's why, take for example myself, I've been designing for years now, for about 10 years, and I've designed for a lot of people. I've never been in a classroom to learn anything design till today. But I know more. I know a lot in design, and I've been able to achieve a lot in design. This is because I'm very curious. When it comes to knowledge, I'm very particular on gaining knowledge. On in fact, when something is new, I want to know everything about that new thing today, so that I can apply it, so that I can use it. How do I use it to make my life better? Simple. So tech has given us a whole lot of access to information. Two, I mean, number five, ease of mobility. You can tell um, what Elon Musk has done and the transformation in the mobility industry. Cost efficiency, because of tech, things are way lot cheaper, way more cheaper. Tech has created innovation in several fields, including the learning techniques. Wow, the pandemic showed it. The pandemic was a very good experience for a lot of people. Today, during the pandemic, people were forced. What tech people have been doing since learning online and what have you, people were forced to start learning online. And it's surprising that the pandemic had to bring that to life. But platform like Zoom became very popular. Zoom, people have been using since Zoom. Since now, platform like Zoom became very popular because people were able to learn online, had to learn online. But tech people have been doing that for a long time, attending meetings on Zoom and all. For example, I've been working online. I've been working on from home since 2020. From the beginning, not the pandemic, from the beginning, January 2020, I've working from home. Till now, I've not gone to transition to working in the office. There's an office, though, but we don't go to the office, and I don't think it's going to happen. In fact, the way it is now, if they decided to tell us, oh, you must all come back to the office, I will resign, and there are other opportunities. A lot of companies are moving to remote work, and it is. Let's not go to the profitability of remote work. Moving on, disabled and not enabled because of prosthetic arms, prosthetic legs, and all. So those that are disabled cannot be enabled. In fact, the technology in making information accessible to everyone, is impeccable. When I mean accessibility, tech has provided accessibility to everyone, whether you are disabled or not. So apart from the fact that those that are disabled that they need prosthetic arms, prosthetic legs, they have it now. Those that are blind, there's a technology. So there's a hardware. For people that are blind, you cannot access the internet. You cannot browse. You cannot see what they are browsing. So of course, several laptop has how we call magnifiers or accessibility tools like narrators that read to the blind. So when the blind, I mean to the deaf, sorry, I'm missing it to the blind that read to the blind because they cannot see with their eyes. And then for those that are deaf, they have um they can read, of course they can read. They are yeah, so the technology I'm talking about is for those if you're blind, you cannot see what you're clicking or what you're doing. You have to speak to the system to tell the system what to do. Now, I was in a conference in 2019, and it's called Concatenate, and we have speakers over the world come to Nigeria for come to Africa. So Nigeria was the venue for that conference. So Nigeria was the host. So and there was a lady called Sarah Drisler. You can check her online. Sarah Drisler. She is into web development, front-end web development, and was she was enlightening us on the future of web development. Now we do web development normally. You create a UI for a web page and you develop using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But this time she was showing us the future of accessibility. And then I know that you have to make your website very accessible, as in um, easy to read, good experience. But she went beyond that. So the future of experience, because now you know that 3D, you view your browser on a 2D platform, it's on 2D space. But now 3D becomes something that because are becoming to use are going to use VRO and ARO. So it's something because of the metaverse, the evolution of the metaverse, and also you'll be able to go into a world and access and have meetings and what have you. But pre metaverse, you're able to go into a world. I mean, use your VR headsets and browse and go into a website. So he showed us like a web page. You have to see a banner and a button, I mean, a text content on the banner, and then there's a button. She designed that web page and then converted it to 3D web page. In a sense that imagine that you want to buy an item, you wear your VR headset. On your shopping cart, normally you will see the item, the picture, and then you will slide to see the other view of the item. For this time, with a 3D headset, you can actually turn the item around. You can actually turn back or go around and see the whole the item. For example, it's a laptop or it's a sculpture or it's a whatever. So you don't have to slide, just going. But you know what? In that same view, the button, the text content, they're static. Just the item that is moving. So if you're in real estate, you can actually give your clients or your potential clients a virtual tour, not with your phone going to no. The house is not built here. You want to show them the value or the potential house they want to get. And put on your 3D glasses. And they are in one place, but they are going through the rooms of the house and seeing the features of the house on a screen like experience. But then again, saying this is not enough. You have to see it. I didn't come prepared to show you that, so I would have probably ahead. But when in the conference when she did it, we're like, wow. Now that wow we're experiencing, it was just the surface. Then she took it to the next level. Using all this was done using JavaScript, and she showed us the technology they were using on how a blind person. So it was still in testing phase. So a blind person was a blind. The person wasn't blind, but some wires were connected to her head. Her head. You know, the wires that read brain waves and everything. And without touching the laptop or the keyboard, she was able to control the browser to scroll up, to scroll down. So they were the technology was trying to push thoughts to the system to actually interact with the interface that was on the screen without having to speak to the system or type. That was one. The last one she showed us was using so that devices can wear on your fingers. and you can use that to control the scrolling of a browser, or zoom into a 3D setup or interface and control without actually touching the screen. Now, when she threw those levels, we're already gone. We're already gone. I know some people now, some people will say it's witch. That is a spiritual world. It's fine. We have been in spiritual world since. Anyway, so those are some experiences that has made disabled enabled. So this is one of the, these are some of the benefits of tech. I didn't plan on spending this long here, but it's fine. Lastly, artificial intelligence. That's where I even plan on spending more time. Artificial intelligence is another big thing in the space now. In fact, if you have knowledge, if you can build, and if you can build, if it is artificial intelligence, machine learning. If you can do machine learning, you are a hot cake today. You are not just a hot cake. You are a hot cake that is hot. So the opportunity that word is enormous. It's mad because a lot of things that are working today are done using artificial intelligence and machine learning, and it's a whole new space. Many people, okay, let me break down what AI means. Probably some of us here know. AI is basically building a system that can think for itself. It's not like the system is thinking of memories. So normally you build web pages, you build solutions, you build apps. When you do those apps are made to solve problems. So when you scroll on your phone, it's programmed to scroll up, open an app, you download, you watch a video, it's programmed to do that. But that programming can only do that. If you leave that programming the way it be your mobile app, 10 years from now, it's still going to do that. It's not going to evolve. But artificial intelligence is building a system that can think for itself and get better. As you feed information to the system, it's built to assess the information, to analyze the information, and improve itself using what it's getting, using the information it's getting. So, for artificial intelligence, you need to keep on feeding this information. That's the way you can think. If you want to stop the thinking process, cut out information from the system, and it stops thinking, or it thinks with what it has. So it thinks and evolves and becomes better based on the information it's being fed. That's why it's controlled information. You can't just feed any information or else. The thinking can be corrupted. Also, you can also fix that by giving it some security protocols and what have you. So, artificial intelligence is a system that is built to think and improve and evolve to solve to solve problems better. Yeah. So these are the benefits of tech so far. There are a lot more. So you can kind of research, find out more. But my point is, let's say you know the several solutions, the good things tech has brought, and of course there are cons. There are things that tech has brought that are not really okay and everything. But I'm here to talk about the opportunities in tech. So whoa, we're done with that. Now before I go into the opportunities in the tech space, start listing them out. Now, I would like to bring a very important concept I think we should understand before we start talking about the opportunity in tech. For you to have access, or for you to be relevant, or for you to benefit from those opportunities, I think there's a system, there's a concept you need to understand. And personally, I've been able to build an experience, monitor the space, monitor the needs, the market, and I found out that it's a system. It's a very clear and accessible system. I think it applies to every industry, but I'm just going to flesh this out. Now, the opportunities to make money in tech, mad opportunities, crazy opportunities. But the thing is this: these opportunities are not just it's not just you enter tech and start making money. No, you have to be relevant. You have to be valuable. It applies in every area of life. You have to be valuable. You have to be able to solve problems. That's the thing. The issue is that there are several problems in tech that need to be solved. If you can solve it, you get paid. Big, you get paid. The bigger problem you can solve, the more pay you get. So the thing is that you have to be relevant. You have to be valuable. Be value, have value. Simple. Now, how do you gain this value? That's the thing. Um, Being able to solve problems, being able to provide solutions is a big deal. You should have okay, a word that have been repeated a lot in the tech space. I think in every career is brainstorming. You should be able to think out problems. You should be able to brainstorm and fish out solution. Because when you're given a brief, you're given a challenge, the first thing you do is sit down and assess the problem. And then you think. You think. You should be able to have so that's one transferable skill you should be able to come with to the tech space. Because there's no area of tech you don't sit down to think. It's not a redundant or routine work. You have to think, you have to brainstorm. And your mind can only brainstorm on what you know. So think about this. It's almost like an artificial intelligence, because the artificial intelligence, the AI is basically it's called artificial intelligence because the intelligence that is built, same intelligence we all have, and our intelligence works with what we know. So basically, for you to be able to be valuable or provide solutions, your intelligence or your thinking capacity or your brain feeds off of your knowledge. So we are faced with a problem. Your brain is thinking, is brainstorming to come up with a solution. And if you don't know, if you don't have a knowledge in that space, in that field, in that whatever that we need a solution, that will create a solution, your brain will not find a solution. You will brainstorm your brain out, you will not find a solution. So what am I saying? You need knowledge, you need information. So in a tech space, to be relevant, you need to be able to brainstorm solutions. And to brainstorm solutions, you need to know, you need knowledge, you need information. So to access the opportunities in tech space, you need information. You need to be able to. Why I'm bringing this topic up about information and brainstorming and everything, because a lot of us are limited by what we have gained in school. We are limited by let me not use the word limited by what we have gained in school. Let me use that phrase. We feel like a lot of people feel like it ends in school, and the discipline we need to get is done after school. A lot, everything I've been using to work in my whole life, basically my whole career, has been I've never used my engineering degree, has been outside school. Everything I learned in school, not in classroom, because in school I was also learning, exploring, building my skills in tech and everything. That's basically what I'm using to do. A lot of what I'm using today. My point is that you have to be able to search for knowledge beyond your career, your space or your degree. Your degree is good, it's useful, but you need to be able to search for knowledge. You need to have that mentality or that habit of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Learning, unlearn. At times you need to, oh, I knew this thing before. No, it has changed. I unlearn what I know and relearn. I've done that many times, many times. Because the tech space is a space that moves like it moves every day. It's changing. In development world, it's changing. But of course, the skills you have that will always be useful. But applying those skills, you have to change. The way you apply them, the way you use them, the tools you use, it will change. So you have to be able to learn. And the thing about tech is this: you are not you are not a big. Uh, Today you can be a pro. If you remain that same pro on with whatever you used to be a pro, if you keep on using those tools you used to be a pro, next year in 2 years time it's become updated. So there's no I'm a big boy. Nah. If you say I'm Egbon, there's no Egbon in tech, because your Egbon can last for a while. After you, and the funny thing is that you work so hard to learn those things, and like I'm a pro, but in 2 years time, an easier platform, an easier tool has come out that the young ones are already using. If you feel like, oh, I worked so hard to learn this thing, nah, the you cannot come and just come and it, it is nobody will phase you out. So it's just that if you just be fading, you just phase out like that on its own. I remember a tool I was using then for design, Fireworks. Fireworks, yes. It was Adobe Fireworks. In fact, it was not. It was Micromedia Fireworks. A lot of people don't know. If you can design today, you don't know what Fireworks is. Don't worry. Micromedia Fireworks. I started using that tool in 2009 or 2010. Yes, now. What am I even saying, sir? No, I started using that tool in 2006, 2006, 2005. Micromedia Fireworks. Now, today, it no longer exists. I don't even know about final installation. It's no longer the brand is no longer Micromedia anymore. It's not Adobe. The thing is this Fireworks, it's not that the software it was still okay. It was used for web design, for designing web websites elements. And if I if I was basking in the fact I could use it and saying I'm a pro in using it, so I'm a pro, I'm an Egbon. I didn't it's not like somebody came to phase me out. The brand did not release updates for Fireworks again. They say we're not supporting this again, we're not doing this again. Because we have new tools that are better than Fireworks. I say no, Fireworks is it. Fireworks is outdated. They're not producing it again. Systems cannot install fireworks again, or rather, you cannot use it on some. It doesn't. It's not. You cannot update it. Automatically, it fades away. It just goes. Simple. So yeah, I want to be smart, but I have just 10 minutes. I know. So that's the game. You have to keep on updating yourself in tech space and everything. So to become relevant, you have to be to access the opportunity in tech. You have to be relevant, be valuable. To become valuable, produce ideas, solutions. To do that, you have to brainstorm. To be able to brainstorm projects and solutions, you need knowledge. So, yeah. Now, let's go into the opportunities in tech space. When I'm talking about opportunities in tech, now let's start listing them out. So, there are several opportunities in tech space. Of course, we know there are the opportunities that has to do with development, coding experience, and there are several that don't need coding experience. I think that way I will even pitch my tent on because a lot of us are scared of the aspects or the careers that need coding experience. But there are several skills careers you can jump on that doesn't need coding experience. Number one is business analyst, a business analyst. So in the tech space, okay, before I start explaining what those things are, transitioning into the tech space, it is you don't need coding experience. That is true, but still, you still need some skills. Now, these are not far-fetched skills. These are just skills you have in your current career. We call them transferable skills. For example, you need to be able to communicate in the tech space. If you're coming to the tech space, man, if you're moving to the tech space or moving to tech career, it's not as if you can actually move or transition not because you need to go through a course, but because you already have something that can be useful. So a lawyer in whatever field, whatever law you do, whatever, coming into the tech space already knows law. Now you just need to pick up some few other skills to navigate your way in the tech world. That's all. So your transferable skills of communication, transferable skills of collaboration, we need to come into play. So these are some skills that you already have, or you may already have, or you can easily develop for the tech space. Simple. So one, business analyst. Who is a business analyst? A business analyst is basically in the normal world, he's someone that um, helps understand business trends as well as manage business dynamics and all. In tech space, it's very similar. A business analyst is someone that's for example in a fintech space, assess the business needs as well as and communicate the business need to the tech team. Those business needs to be communicated to the tech team, as well as provide whatever element, whatever resources is needed to meet business needs. That's it. In tech space, it's more like it's very relatable to the project manager in tech space because the project manager in tech space is quite different. It's a bit different from the project manager in the normal space and the normal space and everything. So that's one skill you can. Now, this career I'll be listed. I don't have time to go into them in total in a broad sense, but you can actually go study them out, or there'll be a talk out. There'll be a seminar or rather a webinar of virtual stuff I'll do later in the month. So grand break down all these topics, all these careers and all. So yeah, so a business analyst, so you are responsible for communicating business needs to the tech to the tech team, as well as providing necessary resources for the tech team to meet those needs. Because in the tech space, yeah, there's a technical part or the technical people that does the design, product development, and what have you. But there's the business end where you have investors, we have stakeholders, where you have CEOs or what have you. Now, the business analyst is able to properly comprehend the business goals of the company. The business goals, the technical people don't have that in mind. They can't think. It's not that they can't think. They don't have time to think about the business goals. They have enough on their hands to think about the product goals, the user goals. You are telling a tech person that the business needs to make $20 billion from this. Da, da, da. No, that's not his job. His job is to make sure that the functions of the particular solution or the platform or the products are met, are built, they are stable. The business analyst is able to convert those business goals into product needs, product goals, and user goals, and explain to the technical part. So it's like more like a middleman and a bit. Yeah. So to function in that space properly, you need to have an idea of process design and system management. Because a key thing in tech space, a key thing in this career is that you need to understand how the product works. And you need to understand how the business and the product connects, how the product makes the business goals possible, and how the users on the other end are benefiting. So there's a lot of system design when it comes to that process design. So you have to understand what those things are: process design, system design, flows, and everything. So, and these things are not difficult to learn. You can easily learn them, easily pick them up, go through one course online, or if you have the discipline, study, go on YouTube, get a curriculum and study. Simple. So, coming to the tech space, you have to study, right? Because it's not the elements or the things you need to latch on are not new, but they are expressed in a different way. So you have to understand those things. Yeah. Now, a key skill you need in this particular career, business analyst, is communication skill, because most of the work you'll be doing will be communication. Your ability to communicate. FYI, developers don't they don't communicate in your normal language. In a sense, it's not like they don't speak English, but you don't pressure them like, no, we need this thing in 2 days, in 1 week. No, no, just understand developer systems, their process, agile methodology. They have a system, they work in sprints and what have you. So you have to understand that stuff, so be able to relate and collaborate better with them. Yeah. They're not aliens, they're not special like that. So they're special, but they're not aliens. We are all special in this life. Thank you. Okay. So going next, design. Another field is design. Design is a lovely field in tech. You don't need coding experience to be a designer in tech. And to be a designer in tech, mostly you want to go into UI design, that's user interface design, or user experience design. Excuse me. There's user experience design, user interface design, marketing design. There's several design field in tech and all. So these different skills or different careers is based on your flair. What do you have as a skill? What do you have as a what are you passionate about? What's your hobbies? Any one of your hobbies can be fitted into a tech career or whatever. So some of you are creative. You can be doing interior design, whatever design, if whatever creative form you apply currently, whatever creative path you take currently, you can fit into design somewhere in design. It may necessarily doesn't have to be the part where you have to use tools to design. It could be designing experiences. That is user experiences. How the user use the app, what the user meets in the product, how the product work for the user. That's an experience, and it's a very key thing in product space in tech, because one of the things that determines if your user is going to use the product or if your user is going to stay with your brand is the experience that they have. That's why Apple is one of the best brands so far when it comes to mobile phones, because of the experience. The experience Apple give is so surreal. So you can't compare it with other. In fact, every other mobile phone, I'm trying to meet up with that experience. That's why they're all stealing from each other today. So it's about experience. And there's a career. There are people that design the experiences that you go through when you're using a phone. Yes, notice that before Apple released a phone, every mobile phone was having buttons before. But somebody designed that experience where you have to use screens. I mean, touch screens. Apple doesn't have a. I think the latest Apple phone doesn't have a button. Then everybody you just using. It's an experience. Yes, an experience. Somebody designed. A team worked that out. So simple to use. See, any solution you're using today is very very simple. Some people worked their ass out. They worked hard to make it that simple. Because in a sense, it's not simple. And the ability to bring an experience to a user that is so simple and easy to use is hard work. So there's a learning process you have to go through to do that. And it's a very, very interesting field. Very interesting. I do user experience. I design experiences for mobile apps and web apps. It's a very, very interesting field. You have to understand your users, you have to do interviews, you have to um, 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 do what they call it, research the industry. There's several things depending on the kind of experience you want to design and everything. So yes, user experience design is a career in tech that can be an opportunity for anyone. And then there's the user interface design. Now, the web app you use today, for example, you're using Google, the interface you are interacting with, it's a design. Someone designed that. So there are those that are in the user experience design field and user interface design field. That interface is designed. For example, you are on Snapchat, you're on Instagram. Those are interfaces that are the buttons, the colors, the you're scrolling, those elements on that app, they're all designed by a user interface designer. Now, the combination of those two skills, of those two careers, is what they call UI UX designer. That's basically my field. Is very similar to a product designer, but the difference is that a product designer has to look at the has to do all that and also think about the life of the product. It's a different, but it's bigger. It's something else. It's rather. I don't want to go into that now. It's got time. Good. So for this, you have to be creative. You have to have a creative science, creative eye. You have to be able to do research and analysis skills. You need research and analysis skills. You need communication skills. You need collaboration skills because one thing in this tech space, you always need collaboration skills. Collaboration. As a designer, you collaborate with developers, collaborate with the stakeholders of the product or the solution. You should be able to explain your design. You should be able to express yourself as in you created a design. Let them know why the design is this way. Explain your user needs to your stakeholders because they're the one that will eventually give you approval to do that. Nice. Now, other career path opportunities in tech space are marketing and sales. So this has to do with digital marketing. So that bigger, broader field that you can make a lot of money if you know what you're doing. Maybe you are a salesperson, you can talk, you know how to sell things, you know how to um, in your own career now, your own space, you have that skill. Come to digital marketing. You can easily blend to digital marketing. But now you now have to understand how marketing is done online. It's no longer a one-to-one marketing, physical marketing. No, it's done online. So what does it mean? Do you meet people online, on LinkedIn? Are you doing digital ads? Understand how to do digital ads, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, whatever you need to do to get your customers, to get sales, or to get what do you call it, views or whatever. So digital marketing is a so it's called digital marketing because it's not that physical. It's online. So you will be able to do meet more people, be able to reach out to more people, get their attention. That's basically what the market's about. Digital marketing is about. So you may need to learn. Of course, you some of the skills you can transferable skills you will need is your ability to develop to write out content, your analytic skills, able to look at trends and understand where the market is going to, not where the market is going to, understand your users' behavior. Yes, that will not help you tailor your advertising to meet them at their comfortable place to actually convert them to customers. So these are some other skills you will need to transfer into the tech into your from your normal career to the tech space and everything. Yeah. Digital marketing, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, just understand those dynamics, those elements and all. Then yes, there's data scientists and data analysts. So because the tech space or technology has given us an ability to study people or study trends. And to do this, you need data. So into this world, brands want to be able to make decisions, want to be able to make predictions. And to help them do that, they need to understand um, trends, market trends, user trends, um, any kind of trends. To do that, you need to be able to get to understand those trends. You need to get data. You need to study. For example, now you want to know um, if you will pass, if you build, or if you will open a shop, open a market, open a store in a particular location. You need to know how many people live in that area. You need to know how many the foot the what they call it traffic in that particular area, that particular street, that particular road. You get rainfall, is there flood in that area? How does traffic look like all through the year during rainy season, during whatever, or during winter? You need to understand all these things you are getting is data. Those data now, understanding or analyzing that data will help you make your decision if you should place a store here or somewhere else. Now, the ability, the whole dynamics of getting that data, understanding the data or visualizing that data, and interpreting that data is called data science or analysis. Yep, that's it. Okay, so another non-technical career or business you can go into is product marketing. Yep. So basically, product marketing is all about it's still marketing. However, it's for tech products. So you have several tech product solutions from HR solutions to collaboration solution, collaboration tools, to marketing tools, down to control CRM, cPanel, and all. So these are all tech products or web applications that needs marketing. So they are marketing from B to for B2C, that is business to consumer, or B2B, business to business, especially business to business. Product marketing mostly is for business to business because for consumers you can actually do digital marketing. But for B2B, digital marketing will not cut it. It could be an additional marketing strategy, but you need to do proper product marketing, mostly using LinkedIn, email marketing, and what have you. So product marketing is all about B2B marketing of digital products, digital solutions, and all. So still need one. You need communication to you need skills like transferable skills like communication skills, interview skills, or basically your current marketing skills. You can move them to tech. Now you are applying your marketing skills into a tech space. It's similar, it's the same, but you need to understand the product, you need to understand the solution you're selling. That's where the tech bit comes in. You need to understand how it works. Yeah, you need to understand how the client are using the solution, how they think, and and whatnot. The benefit to the company, so you know how to properly market the product. Yeah. Also, we have talent acquisition. Now, this for mostly HRO personnel. So you are HRO in a normal company, a law firm, a business firm, whatever. You applying those skills in tech space also similar, very, very similar. It's almost the same. However, now you need to be able to search for tech talents. So to search for tech talents, you need to know what your company needs, understand the skills and the professional skills and the other skills that are needed when hunting for tech talents. You need to understand the dynamics, how to know a very good. So it's not like it's not about their degrees now or their certificates, rather more it's about what they can do. How do you flesh? How do you feel? How do you filter talent in tech? How do you know who can do what and who can do this and who can do that? So you need to understand that, and in understanding that dynamics, you need to know the stats. If it's a developer you're looking for, you need to know the developer stats. You need to know their working processes, what kind of methods they use. So you are transferring your HRO skills, but now you are now in a new world. So you understand how to navigate or how to search for people in this world. As HR personnel, you are in a business tech firm or a tech establishment and all. You need to know what the needs of um, tech employees. You need to know how to measure their performance, how to measure their output, and all. A lot of stuff will be similar in internal space, but you just need to understand how things work in tech space and all. You don't need to know the intro to development styles and everything, but you need to know how to collaborate, how collaboration is done, and what have you. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just touching each of these careers. I can go deep on these careers in a different class or different um, engagements. Yeah. So yeah, we have project management. Yes. So in tech space, we have project managers. Also, we mostly call product managers because we have multiple products and it's beyond a single product manager. You give them to different product managers and all. So yes, in tech space, it's very similar. Although you now need it's the same thing. You need to understand the dynamic, the sprints, the collaboration method, collaboration styles, how to work with the product team and the development team and IT team. So you need to get to understand their working patterns, their needs, their understand the terminologies, their system design, to understand process design. Because these are the things that you'll be used to, or these are the things you'll be interacting these are the ways you communicate with those in that field, the tech people in that field, because this is what they use to get their work done. So you need to understand these things to properly manage a project. Although there are flows in project management, but they'll be different, or they may have some um, um, what do you call it? Um, near pattern similarities at hand. So you need to understand what those processes are, system designs are, process designs are in a tech field, depending on the field you are in, fintech, whatever, fintech, health tech, and all. So, yep, research analyst. Yes, we still have research analyst because understanding your users, understanding your industry, mostly when it comes to tech spaces, research is normally done when you are doing designing the user experience. You do user research, you do industry research, you do competitive. Yeah, and also when you are pitching in tech startups pitch a lot, so you need to do research, understand the industry because your proposed or your proposed investors will need to know a lot about your company to know if you understand the industry, to know if you understand the market. So you do research. So we have what we call research analysts that are tasked with doing carrying out um, consumer research, user research, um, anything on research that's required. But you need to understand it's key. So for that, you need to understand trends in the tech space, understand trends for users. So there are things you'll be specific on that you need to understand. So that's another area again. So bringing your research skill is transferable skill, but you still need to understand terminologies, understand trends in the space and everything. So that's the thing. This will be updated. To stay relevant, you need to have information. That's one thing in the tech space. Um, content management. Um, content management has to do with updating different platforms, your websites, and what have you. It's not a very robust skill. Anybody can do this. So if you're in tech, you can apply to be a content manager. You have to be able to develop content. You have to be able to write properly. You're able to speak good English. You're able to write creative or a very educative post, educative content. You have to understand. But then again, you have to understand the space in which you are doing content marketing for. So you can be doing content marketing for a data, a tech blog, a traveling blog, or what have you. But the thing that you are using a platform built to tech, so it's still tech. So it's very easy word to career to drop into, especially if you are good in English, you are good in writing, you write a lot, you write well, you you can you create content also. It's not just writing, you can create video content, audio content, marketing in that place you can explore and finance. Those in the finance space can also jump on tech opportunities that's to do with um, um, recording transaction, auditing transactions. One of the things you'll be able to use here, and one of the areas you'll be able to work in here is fintech spaces. Although we have tech products that handle these elements, these different elements, but then again, you still need a human resource, still need human resources to be able to manage or use these tech products or tech um, um, solutions. So in the fintech space, you need accountants to set business, to be able to create workflows or okay, yeah, I'm not very familiar with the dynamics of the accounting field yet, but one of the things, one of the very good things, very good aspect I've been able to use consult an accountant, a fintech accountant is when it comes to designing fintech products, that's the accounting, auditing, tax, and all. So there are consultants that I meet that will give me a breakdown of how this thing works in real life, so I can build algorithms or build designs that can do these things for consumers. So, for example, all tax and auditing. I had to talk to an accountant. In fact, you have to walk me through a flow of how tax is being is collected, how auditing is done, even how payroll systems and how payroll structures are designed, are calculated, and all. So I have to understand all those flows to build a solution that can easily give users an easier way of creating payrolls and all. Yeah, so yeah, that's another field you can jump on in accounting. Tech as long as it's a tech startup or a tech company, accountants are needed. balancing that needs to be done and whatnot. Then customer success. A key thing in the tech space is users. Users are one of the things. Users are one of the people that you consider when building a product, building a solution. So of course, they are satisfying the user is important. So customer relations, customer service in the tech space is very key. That's one of the unique um, um, aspect of tech that is important for the user. And because it is your most tech solutions or tech companies are virtual. When I mean virtual, they don't have a physical location. So you need your customer access point to be very, very, very stable, to be very stable, to be professional. Because that's the only point the user can reach the customers. And I mean, the user can reach the company or to reach the people behind the solution. So it's very needed. It's very needed. Then we have brand specialists. Yeah. Again, if you're a creative person, you love building brands, or you are um, you love you love creating brands, new brands, and managing new brands. That's the area you can work in. You create um, design new brands for companies, brand identity design. So it's not basically the design of the logo or design of the website or the colors. No, basically it is designing the philosophy of the brand, the brand identity, who the brand is about, the logo, logo rationale, um, the tagline, and basically the brand identity doesn't have to do with design. So all the content and aspects, brand specialists handle that, as well as keeping the brand alive, giving the brand essence. Yeah. So those are brand specialists. While for coding, every single career I've talked about are just careers that don't have to you don't have to use coding experience or development experience. While for those that want to jump into careers that have to do with development experience, coding experience, the opportunities are massive. Data science also requires coding experience if you want to go to if you want to that branch of data science. Then there is software development, there is information security analyst, computer security analyst, web developers, computer research analyst, and what have you. It's an endless list because every day um, new careers are being formed, whether minor or major, that can solve these problems. And now those are careers like in tech that you can actually jump on. Now there are other opportunities in tech that you can actually jump on without, but not necessarily a career. For example, we all know about cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology. You know, okay, so the cryptocurrency technology and the cryptocurrency world is sitting on the blockchain technology. Blockchain is a technology that has to do with records. I don't know if I have time to explain this, but I'll just touch the surface. Um, a lot of solutions sit on the blockchain technology. Blockchain is a record system that is unique, a very transparent record system. It's called a blockchain because it has to do with the chain of records that this is the way I can explain it. For example, I buy something from Charles today. I buy a pencil, I buy a car from Charles today. Now that transaction has to be recorded somewhere. Then received whatever is recorded that we in a document that we carried out the transaction. I paid 2 million naira for a car for a Toyota Corolla. Let's say I paid 2 million naira for a Toyota Corolla today. Now, when it comes to blockchain technology, that transaction is recorded in on a block. It's recorded on a block, but it's not recorded on that block. It's a chain of blocks. It's a chain of blocks. So it's saved on that block and it's saved on several blocks all over the world. So it's a chain. So you I can never you cannot deny that I carried out that transaction. Even if you delete it on this server, it's seen on several servers over the world. So it cannot be the transaction cannot be altered. You can of course you cannot be deleted rather. You can alter the transaction, change it, but it is whatever you do to the transaction is recorded on all the storage systems over the world. So also, I can have the record as long as I'm connected to the chain. I can have the record. Someone in Dubai can have the record. US has the record. As long as I'm connected, I can just as long as I'm connected to that chain, I can just search for the record and get the record that this transaction was done. As long as it's on that chain. So that's what created. That's what the whole cryptocurrency technology is sitting on, because it is a central system of record. So if today I use a Bitcoin to purchase anything, it's recorded, that transaction is recorded all over the world. So it is trusted, it is guaranteed, it cannot be altered, it cannot be fraud, there can't be a fraudulent transaction, because it is whatever transaction you have or whatever transaction you do is recorded on every single chain around the world. I'm using I'm using this terminology chain because that's what we call it blockchain, and that's how you can understand it and everything. So the block is I can see the block anywhere in the world. Yes. So that's why it's called blockchain. Now that's the currency world is another big opportunity, because there's several um, areas or several entities around the world that accept cryptocurrency, even if I'm just cryptocurrency. Now, the part I don't want to dwell on cryptocurrency, the part I want to dwell on is NFT, which is non-fungible tokens. I know some of us have heard about NFT before, and you don't know, you just hear it, and nobody has go to check what it really means. But that's how I think. When I hear it, it's new, I want to find out. The reason why I'm finding out, I want to see how beneficial it will be to me. So NFT is non-fungible tokens, and it is used to um, it's used to give originality to an asset. For example, I make a design today, a unique design that nobody has done before. It's a unique design. I can NFT that design. I convert it to a non-fungible token. So a non-fungible token is just a set of numbers that is given to that artwork or that design, and it's unique. That number makes it unique. That code makes it unique, and it's recorded on the blockchain network that that particular design was done by Dome ABF. So it becomes a non-fungible token. Nobody can convert it to his own work, because it's recorded all over the world that it's my work. So it gives originality to assets, to creativity or whatever. Now, and in today's world, that artwork or that design, I can sell that design on different NFT markets in dollars, in crypto, mostly Ethereum or Bitcoin, and somebody pays for it. Now, when I sell that design, the way that NFT work is set up is that it is set up with a particular percentage or royalty. So maybe I'm saying 20% royalty or 10% royalty, meaning that whoever is buying that design, pay me money for that design. That's paying. I'm the owner of the design. I'm the owner. I created the design. It's paying me money for it. That is one thing. Now, whenever that person sells that artwork to anybody else, no matter how much is being sold, I get 20% from that money. So as long as that artwork is being sold all over the world, sold to different people, every time it's sold, I get a percentage, 20% of whatever amount is being sold. So that way, I'm credited for my work at every point of sale. That's what NFT is about. So that's another big opportunity. And I don't know why people don't see that as an opportunity yet. And I mean, many people in Nigeria, a lot of few people see it as an opportunity. It's safe. Worldwide, it's being used. People are making loads of money. There are assets, unique assets in Nigeria, artworks, places that can be NFT. So if I take a picture of Ringo, for example, I can NFT that picture because it's a unique picture. I'm the one that created that picture. That angle, I'm the one that took that picture, so it's unique to me. Create it and sell it on an NFT platform. And as long as whoever is for life, whoever is buying that stuff, I get a percentage of that purchase every time it's being sold. That's the next. So the crypto world is another area of opportunities. You need to, first of all, of course, you need to understand how it works. You need to, before you start investing in Bitcoin, investing in any of the coin, Ethereum, or whatnot, you need to understand the coin, why the coin was designed. Coins just pop up. Coins are designed for transactions or for record keeping. So when a coin is designed, it's designed for converting money faster, or each coin has its transfer speed. So there's a purpose of it being designed. You understand why it was designed? What market space is it being used? Why is it being used? Who is using it? That will let you know if it's safe to invest. Lately, Bitcoin dropped drastically, and I'm going to read up why it was dropped. And I found out that because someone somewhere was trying to fend off Bitcoin he or she the company had, and they were lots, a lot. Imagine trying to sell um 200 million of Bitcoin. You are selling it off. Of course, that the same amount of Bitcoin you sell off that will cause panic in the market. So that will make it drop and everything. It's not that it was worthless. It wasn't worthless. You know how the trade market works. When it's panic, people start selling off and the price drops. So that will make it drop. So understand all these things so that you know when to sell, when to buy, and all. So I think we'll come to the end of this session because I consider it's 1 hour or so or 30 minutes. So